Stones and shadows bite, willows whisper of darkness deep and wide. In the forest there is no place to hide. Strange bells, tonight I fear that I will not survive the dying of the light.
Movie.
This is The Dying of the Light, a series from the Starfall Collective. Starfall Collective is a collaborative storytelling group using the Dungeons & Dragons game system as a vehicle for creating rich and compelling stories in a fictional world we've been developing together for a while. You can find out more about the collective, as well as the stories we're telling, at thestarfallcollective.com. We are back with a new episode. In the previous episode, two strange things happened. One, the Iron Bell emerged from the forest ready to fight and attacked the Black City, defended by its inhabitants and who were led by Diamondback, Toll, Inkatink, and Belvari. The other strange thing that happened was I was sitting here minding my own business during the hurricane, and I looked out the window and the rings of Saturn got in my eyes, and I accidentally wrote some things down wrong and scaled some of the combat incorrectly, significantly incorrectly, to the detriment of the players. It was just wildly unfair. And to give you a quick summary of that, one of the attacks that the Iron Bell had used was I think it's called Cloud of Daggers or something like that. And they actually, when I actually went back and listened and did the math of what I had done, instead of being 5 foot cubes, 5 foot on a side cubes, they were closer to about 70 meters on a side cube. Obviously, that's a little bit of a difference. So we're going to start over tonight, and we're going to replay the battle from the people emerging from the forest, but I've done my homework a little bit better and have some scale and some calculations done and blah, blah, blah. And so the battle is more faithful to the actual numbers present rather than being wildly overpowered on the Iron Bell side. That said, they are still going to fight, and they're still going to fight to kill. This is not in any way on my side an attempt to change the outcome. It's only to make right what was wrong. So not going easy. I'll be fair, but I was unfair before.
My big takeaway from that whole thing is that for the first time ever, the movements of the planets have actually affected people's real lives. Eat your heart out, horoscope readers.
For anybody who didn't get that reference, which
Me?
I'm assuming very few people did, it's from a Peanuts comic. It's a excuse for when Lucy and Charlie Brown are playing baseball and it didn't work. Rings of Saturn. Anyway, Lucy's excuse. Okay.
Gotcha.
I just always liked it since I was a kid.
Is that also why she pulled the football away when he was trying to kick it?
I don't remember. I remember that. I'm not sure if that was related or not.
No, Dwight, that's sociopathy. It's like Saturn, but it's sociopathy. Sorry, go ahead.
So yeah, let's jump into it. So that's what happened previously. Let's find out who's in this episode. I am Sir Robert, a father and entrepreneur, and I'm the host of this season's story. With me tonight are some friends playing some of the characters in this drama. Those of you who are faithfully watching every second of the day will recognize that these are approximately half of the players in this drama. So
How
please,
to get to this point without assuming that.
when I say your name, something about yourself if you like, and a brief description of the character you're playing, with a special emphasis on ignoring the events of last week that didn't happen. Why don't we start with Dwight? No, wait. I'll start with somebody who doesn't have a Cheez-It.
I'm good.
Oh, okay. Go.
Hi, I'm playing Belvari, a 16-year-old druid who is ready to go kill some Iron Bell.
All right. A bloodthirsty druid. How about you, Josh?
Inkatink snaps awake from his hammock and goes, "Oh, I just had the strangest dream." So I'm Josh. I am whatever is most diametrically opposed to a hard materialist, and I play Inkatink the Kinku, and he has many voices, but not one. I am eager to see Inkatink in a context of mass scale battle. So let's get it on.
All right. How about you, Pat?
Yeah, I'm Pat. I'm playing the character Toll. And are we just going to completely restart the combat?
Yeah, so have your character take a long rest, reset your everythings.
Okay. Toll was his imagination because he didn't have anything to heal himself with, and would love to be able to get him some stuff to heal himself with.
Do it if it's plausibly available in game.
Well, are we starting over from the moment they attack, or are we starting over from when we wake up in the morning and choose our spell list for the day?
Let's do spell list for the day, but the action will pick up at the moment they attack.
So, I mean, I can't make a spell list because I don't have a focus, but does anybody have, like, components for healing that I can have? Or...
There are a number of components, I believe, in the party pouch.
Oh, that's a good point. I haven't even looked in there.
Yeah. Look in there.
All right. How about you, Matt?
Hey, my name is Matthew Talamini. I am a writer and web developer based in Providence, Rhode Island, and you can find my stuff at MatthewTalamini.com. That's Matthew, TALAMINI.com. I play the shirtless wizard Diamondback, who is raring to go. He has his deadliest deadliness all lined up. A crowd of zombies, a crowd of skeletons on one side and a crowd of Snake Clan acolytes on the other. His right-hand man, Inkatink, by his side.
All right. Sounds good. Pat, you ready, or should I? Or if you're not ready, should I just go on?
Sorry, I forgot to
I'm
mention my right-hand man, Diamondback, is at my side, actually. I forgot to mention that during my intro, but so
y'all are just facing in opposite directions.
Who's facing the right way out towards the enemy?
Kind of a do-si-do situation.
We keep trying to get around.
we're slowly spinning so as to always be convergent into at one another's right-hand position. So.
And Pat, what were you saying?
I am good. I'm just gonna decrement them from the party pouch as I need them.
That'll work.
Just to clarify, healing word can be used on the self, right? I mean, it's a creature you can see within range, so I could look at my hand.
Yeah.
And, okay.
As long as you're not blind.
Okay. Cool.
I assume. Okay. Good. So it is, as we had said before, early in the day. There are men stationed. You're expecting at the headwaters. Just to give, I'm talking in terms of northeast, southwest, for the sake of mental picture. Remember, everybody, that that's not how the actual characters are thinking of it, but we are the listeners, the players. You're expecting, because the headwaters are east southeast, that generally speaking, the Iron Bell is going to come from somewhere in the direction of the southeast-ish. Most of you people are
I lost Sir Robert. I cannot hear him any longer.
Nor can I. Pat, are you there?
I'm there. I can't. Yeah, I can't hear him.
All I know is that
Sorry.
Dwight can, because I heard I can, and I have a high degree of confidence that it was Dwight saying it. But I don't know what it is that.
Man, I don't know why it starts all.
Anyone?
I heard anyone. Someone. If I do this slowly
Robert,
enough.
go make your kids turn off their stream.
Fortnite. Quit the Fortnite.
Make them quit the Fortnite.
Let me check.
Which
No,
one of
y'all
you
have done it
Golder?
now.
I told you guys no YouTube kids after 7:30.
You know what I just realized? It's called Fortnite because you build forts in it, not because it takes 2 weeks to play it.
You've been playing it wrong for years.
Oh, I don't play Fortnite. I'm really bad at it.
Now hang on. That whole sentence is a lie. You could try to pass off part of it.
I play Rocket League. I'm not a Fortnite guy.
Okay. That I'll buy. Do you, in fact, have any cheese at all? No, sir. No. I've been deliberately misleading you this whole time. As I thought.
Can you hear?
I just heard you say, "Can I hear us?
Hey.
Can I hear us now?"
But
Hey.
when you got to the W, it sounded like Morpheus was taking you into the Matrix. Well,
Can you hear us?
Yeah. Your FPS is about 0.1, though.
Still very one frame at a time, one frame every 10 seconds.
Every fortnight of seconds. Sir Robert turned. As the world turns. Matt, what's the dumbest episode of television you ever ended up watching because someone else determined what you would watch? And for some inexplicable reason, it was better to watch this horrible episode of television than nothing.
Has that ever happened to me?
I watched 90 Day Fiance once with my ex.
Oh boy, now Pat, there's a sentence. Oofta doofta. That's like one of those Christmas presents you have to unwrap 8 times to get to the pair of socks in the middle. Oh, that's a good one. Well done, sir.
I don't really have a problem with trashy TV, like when you accept it for what it is, just being garbage.
Yeah.
And
we're Americans.
be
We eat
entertaining.
Snickers bars. We don't kid ourselves that we're doing our bodies a favor.
Yeah. There is one episode of 90 Day Fiance where this lady married a dude who lived in like Saudi Arabia. And she moved there and she didn't know that there was like no alcohol there.
Oh,
And she was like a very heavy drinker. And so at one point, I think she like smuggled alcohol in, and the dude like lost his mind because you can like be
Killed?
imprisoned for yeah. I don't remember exactly what. It's a serious thing.
Man.
And she like she just could not understand why it was a big deal.
There are some bizarre things and people in the world that are difficult to understand.
Oh, I understand. I just disagree.
I really I don't know.
Here we go. For me, it would have to be an episode of the Lawrence Welk show. I'm positive that it was torture the whole time, and I should have just gone to bed, but such was the craving of my tiny ADD brain for stimulation that I would rather sit up and watch old people clog. Hey! I'm getting your hopes up by saying, hey, I'm talking to a painting of Sir Robert. No, there's some movement.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Can you hear
Hello. Yes. And we can see a continuous stream of your video and a
Like
continuous stream of
normal
your audio.
Can you hear us okay now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the dealio. I did a speed test, and it looks like
Everything's fine.
Did you do a full lap around the house or just living room?
I have 330 megs down and 30 megs, 20 something megs up. Also, YouTube and everything else is working fine. It's Riverside. My connection to it is terrible.
That's weird.
I'm going to
Can we
turn
try
off
a
my
Zoom
camera.
call or something? Can we try a Zoom
but it
call or
seems-
something?
Oh,
Does anybody have? You have to pay to make it not
Slack.
stop it.
Dwight has premium Slack features enabled, so everybody who has Slack can do an audio video channel together.
Sir Robert,
Damn
if you're set up to broadcast your screen to Twitch and YouTube,
I'm not.
I'm not either. This computer is not set up for that.
Well, we haven't had any issues since you rejoined, so maybe we just
Okay.
keep trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's give it a whirl. All right.
Sorry
What
to
was the
our
last thing you
viewers
heard?
for the technical difficulties.
Matt was introducing himself, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I was done introducing
Oh,
myself.
really?
Oh, Pat.
No, because we talked about me. Oh, Matt was introducing himself. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Pat asked about healing stuff, and then Matt started introducing himself, and then y'all stopped hearing us.
Matt, do you want to introduce yourself?
Wait, but you were going when I introduced myself.
Oh, yeah, that sounds right. Okay, so I'm just going to pick up somewhere. So the Iron Bell are charging. Well, they're not charging yet. They're emerging from the forest, ringing, tolling their bells. Dong, dong, dong. None of you know what the outcome will be. Perhaps he for whom the bell tolls is so ill that he knows not it tolls for him. So, you see emerging from the edge of the forest at the foot of the hill, about 80 feet away from the wall, down the hill, about 86, about in some places 60, in some places 80 feet away. You see emerging swarms of animals, beasts, under the control, as you have seen before, of the Iron Bell, and also, zombies, groaning, and skeletons and everything, just under the control of the Iron Bell, and scattered throughout are the Iron Bell themselves. More in the back, they seem to be having these creatures ahead of them, but there are. It's not just one or two. It's a chunk of them mixed in. They don't seem to be concerned about being hurt by their controlled creatures. They are somehow impervious to that. The creatures don't. They don't seem to be worried that the creatures are going to attack them. I'm going to pull up. I had the other D&D up, so give me 1 second. Get my encounters. Bam. Belvari, Diamondback, Inkatink.
Should we roll initiative, or are we going to use the same as last time?
Reset it so that I can reset enemies. So we'll re-roll initiative, but give me 1 sec so I can get to the thing. All right. Okay. Yeah, roll your initiative.
Initiation roll.
Mm-hmm.
$15.
I always get horrible initiative rolls every single time. I get good rolls on other stuff, so I can't complain too much. But Beyond really hates Toll when it comes to initiative.
Until these last two rolls, I also was getting terrible initiative rolls. I mean, this one in 15's okay, but yeah, usually single digit.
I got a 5, Sir Robert.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. I had to add the townsfolk manually. And you got a 5. Inkatink, you got a 7.
Correct.
Diamondback's 18. Bovari's 15. And just to fair warning, I'm on call still. So there you go. Okay. So to bring us back into the battle where we are, here's what I want to know. Diamondback, you have marshaled the little people who support your cause, given them your great sweaty oration about how this should go down. And then also you've enlisted the help of some of the lesser of your team, Inkatink, Bovari, Toll, whoever. I'm sort of half kidding. What instruction did you all give the townsfolk about when the battle commences? They should what?
Yeah. So here are the instructions as far as I'm pretty sure this is basically what it is. The townsfolk are to man the outermost wall. As soon as they see the iron bell, they're supposed to start shooting arrows and slinging rocks at them.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that's attacking should get that treatment. They're all equipped with heat metal spells. If at any point they see somebody who's wearing metal armor or holding a metal weapon, they are supposed to hit them with that. When they hear the signal...
Sorry, real quickly, don't forget when Inkatink came back.
Yeah, they have Firebolt now.
They have effectively limitless Firebolt.
So yeah, they should use that instead of the arrows and rocks.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. They're supplied with Firebolt, which they will use instead of arrows and rocks. When they hear the signal, the retreat signal, they're supposed to retreat to the second wall. When they hear the signal again, they're supposed to retreat even further to the innermost wall.
Okay. Sounds good.
There are 2 retreat signals planned. All of us heroes have, it's like some kind of horn or whistle or something to be able to sound that retreat.
And also, just make sure.
Picturing like a tiny little slide whistle. Like 3 people retreat. What are they doing? I don't know.
Also, they're to fire Firebolt at will into the general mass of whatever enemy comes. But if they see Iron Bell soldiers in particular, you
Shoot
said
them.
target them more aggressively.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe that I'm just trying to reiterate what I heard you say before and also put it fresh in our minds because we're doing a little reset here. Okay. So the Iron Bell are emerging. Now you can see 60, 80 feet to the edge of the trees, but you can also see into the trees. It's a mature forest. There's not a lot of like scrub protecting everything. It's difficult terrain going up the hill because the trees, the friendly trees, have made it so. Emerging from the forest, here's what you see. They're not coming all in one spot. First of all, they're emerging from a wide kind of berth, about 500 feet. These are 100 meters.
Nice.
Sorry, about 500 meters wide. There's a bunch of the stuff just sort of falling out, spilling out of the trees. In particular, I'm going to give you a rough count of what you remember seeing. You've got I have to count this up real quickly. It looks to you as though you've got about 20 to 30 Iron Bell individual people controlling several hundred beasts and zombies. So there is a lot of power here. The decision makers are not as many, but they've brought with them, unlike the ones that Gary had fought off. Gary had fought off maybe a dozen and a half Iron Bell soldiers. This time they've sent about twice as many soldiers, but brought with them controlled, enslaved, meat, basically.
Similar to what we saw forming up in the
Similar to what you saw. That's right. What?
other pie slice.
Sorry.
Was it the previous pie slice? Yeah.
You mean when you were scouting?
No.
Oh, when you fought at the Oravan
Yeah.
compound. Yeah. It's that kind of thing where there's, Iron Bell, but they're also controlling magically somehow controlling some beasts. Okay. So that's what you see. They start spilling out. Do you want, at the first sight of any creature, tell me what you would have conveyed. First sight of any creature, everybody starts firing. You want to wait till they get to, in the clear. There's a lot of them out at the foot of the hill. What's the order of the day there?
What's firebolt range?
That's a great question. Firebolt's range is, I think it's 120 feet. Just a moment.
If it is, I would say
It's 120 feet.
shoot as soon as you see something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although, so last time we heard like a horn blow or something, like, hey, they're here, and then we ran out.
Yeah. So you've got people all around who are already here. You hear a horn blow, you come out. But the horn would blow when they start seeing movement in the trees.
Gotcha.
And the Iron Bell are not running. They're
Yeah.
marching,
So battle
sounding their dolorous
starts
bells.
Once we see a big old line of
Yeah.
Iron Bell.
Which they basically are emerging out of the trees.
Yeah. They were forming up, and we were forming up too.
So, and just to give everybody a sense of this, you hurl a mote of fire at a creature or object within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 fire damage. A flammable object ignites if it isn't being worn or carried. And then there's some other controls for this. So I'm going to do that. We're going to roll. D&D Beyond will let me roll many dice at once. So I will do that really quickly. I'm going to go. What is there? Okay, the Iron
So the
Bell.
townspeople have the first, our first in initiative order.
Yeah. Because they were there and ready.
Nice. Are they having a surprise round, or they just have very high initiative?
I just gave them a 33 initiative. Because they were ready.
Okay.
But they're just, it's not a surprise round. It's just them there.
Cool.
Okay, and they're standing on top of a wall. They're visible, but the Iron Bell is not expecting strong, because who in their right mind would resist
The Iron Bell.
250 Iron Bell? Not including animals and zombies. Yeah. Okay. And so I just got to check really quickly. The AC here is okay. All right. I'm gonna roll that. Good. And let's do some damage. So the average AC of the Iron Bell, including the zombies and beasts and the Iron Bell, is about 10. So I'm going to just treat it as 10, 50-50. So half the townspeople hit.
75 hits.
75 hits. Which is 1d10. So we're going to do, just for convenience. So this is 75 of the townspeople hit, but we're not keeping track of who, so that nobody feels badly. And just for fun, I'm putting 75 d10 into D&D Beyond.
The computer's about to catch on.
Okay, well, pretty quickly. It's my work computer. All right. They did a combined 397 damage.
Great Scott!
All right. Let me do that damage real quickly, and then we'll
That's
talk
like
about.
a damage per person with some left over.
There is quite a bit of quite a bit of stuff going on here. Let's see. Okay. Great. Got it. So I'm just going to. I'm spreading that damage evenly over the mass of the people. I mean, of the baddies.
So all the zombie squirrels are dead.
All the zombie squirrels are dead. Even the dolphins.
Zombie squirrel dolphins.
That's right.
I like that idea. Squalfins that swim around the reef, hiding little things in the nooks and crannies of the reef to find later, but they grow.
Does seem like otters are really see though.
Otters are squalfins, it's true.
Dolphin is the chicken of the sea.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Okay.
Call them more like the
So here's what you see.
Oh, tuna. Yeah, you're right. Tuna.
The fire that just erupts from the top of this wall, it's almost a Roman candle effect. I mean, it just a wall off of the wall comes out. Ballpark, looking at what you're seeing, it decimated approximately a quarter of the force of what's out there. Animals bursting into flame, zombies bursting into tears. Iron Bell got some damage. They're underrepresented numerically in the group. They didn't take a really severe hit that way, but you could probably estimate a quarter of damage there. From one edge, I will pick where they are. Where's my die? Give me a second here. I'll do it this way. Okay. Near Patagat. Sorry, and each of you, will you tell me where you are in this? I remember Belvari was up near Ribbelin, the very top, the very northernmost part. That's Belvari. Diamondback, you were near Timu, which is near the gate, right?
Near Patagat, but I can be near Timu if you think that's where I would be.
Whatever, that's fine. I'll put you partway between them. You might have said that. Josh, where were you?
I believe I am with
Where are you?
Diamondback.
Okay, Inkatink. And Toll, where would you be on this wall? Do you have that picture?
Yeah, so I had started making my way toward the gate from where we started, like toward the gate into the town,
Okay.
because I want to be able to cast Wall of Thorns on that if it seems like that's going to be a useful choke point. So
Okay,
Nice.
sounds good. So out from the middle of the just rabble, the sort of howling, grotesque out at the foot of this hill, you find that, let's see. I have to open this. What damage it does. Okay. 5 feet ice knife. A series of ice knives come from one section of the park near Patagat. I'm going to roll that, guys, and because they're shooting at a chunk in front of them that's 100 meters wide, and it's a 2-meter spell. I'm going to do to see if Diamondback or Inkatink are in that part that it hits. I'm just going to roll for the just odds, and if not you, it'll hit somebody because it's for the amount of space. And so there's a 100 meters. It's a 2-meter wide spell, so there's a 1 in 50 chance that it'll hit you guys. And the first one is 60, so that's no. And the second one is, I think I just rolled the wrong thing. Hold on. Well, either way, it was a middling roll. I'll figure that out for next time. But it didn't hit you. I just put you on the extremes. It does, in fact, though, each of those 3 ice knives hit a townsperson and explode somewhere in Patagat near you here. Ice shattering and the howl of some of your compatriots. Diamondback, it is your turn.
Amazing. So I should go first and then my accomplices?
Absolutely. Yep.
So I look before me. Ice Knife, if I'm not mistaken, Ice Knife has a visible, ice knife that comes from a point and goes to another point.
That's right.
Did I see one particular point on the battlefield in front of me from ice knives emerged, or was it from just all over?
You're not very far away, and there were 3 ice knives in a group, like in a near spot. So what I want you to do is just roll me let's call it perception check, and on a DC 16, you can tell exactly where it came from. You caught it.
Cool. No, I want to roll.
So a 20% chance.
16.
There you go. You saw it.
So I do see a particular point that a bunch of these ice knives emerged from.
Yeah, you see a particular point from which one emerged, and within 20 feet of each other, all the 3 ice knives came in that same spot. They're not like
is there a
doing a
cluster of
3-legged
iron?
race.
Is there a cluster of iron bell near there?
It appears so to you, though it's hard to tell. There's a bunch of writhing, flaming animals and stuff.
Right. So
You don't know animals or zombies to be able to cast such things.
right, of course. What I want to do is, are they within 90 feet of me?
They are.
That spot?
Yep.
Awesome. So I'm gonna kick off a flaming sphere here.
A flaming sphere, you said?
Flaming sphere, yes, indeed. So this
Okay.
is going to be a. It's going to appear 60 feet from me, and that takes my action to cast the spell, and it appears 60 feet from me. And as a bonus action, I can move the sphere up to 30 feet. I'm going to ram the sphere. So I'm making this sphere appear on the battlefield, right? And I'm
Yep.
moving it 30 feet.
Okay.
It's appearing 60 feet away from me, and I can move it 30 feet. So I want to move it, if possible, into the group
Mhm.
that I saw casting this spell. And if there's any movement left of that 30 feet, I want to move it all around to hit as many of them as I can.
And how wide is this sphere?
It is a 5-foot sphere.
Okay. I'm going to roll just to see about hitting stuff. I'm going to give you a, let's do a 60-40 chance for each iron bell that you can hit it. So you're 60% chance you're going to hit it, 40% chance you're not.
Beautiful. By
hit
hit
two
it,
of
you mean like have pass the spell through its area.
Yeah,
Cool.
as though to do damage. And then I'm also, so you
Oh
hit two
wait,
of them.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. This is wrong. I did it wrong. I'm sorry. If I ram the sphere into a creature, that creature makes the saving throw and possibly takes damage, and the sphere stops moving this turn. So I
Okay.
drop it at 60 feet, if possible, on somebody, and then I move it forward at them until it hits something, and it's going to stop when it hits something.
And you want to try to hit one of the iron bell.
I want to try and hit one of the iron bell.
Okay. And I rolled it, and you do. You hit one.
Okay, great.
What's the damage?
So, it's going to have to make a Dex 14 saving throw.
Okie dokie. Let's roll it. Bam. 17.
So it's going to take half damage.
How much? Half damage?
4.
Okay.
And
There's
then
an additional howl among the howling.
my I have some skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
Skeletons are going to go.
Do it. And then your acolytes.
5 skeletons that each have +4 to hit.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll 5 d20s here in whatever. And so
And they're just firing into the mass, right?
They're firing. They're going to be firing at what they see me firing at.
Okay.
So they'll be trying to hit the iron bell, but
Yeah. Sounds
I
good.
understand. So 23, 14. Oh wait, sorry. 23, 15, 9, 24, and 22 to hit.
Your 9 did not hit.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 hits.
Okay.
And it's going to be 1d6 plus 2 for each of those. Should I
Just roll 4d6 plus 8 or
okay.
whatever.
So 25 damage from the
Great.
skeletons. The acolytes have similarly. They've got Toll the Dead, which is a 60-foot spell. Can they reach the iron bell? The skeletons can shoot 80 feet, so I presume they can hit all the way to the iron bell.
Yeah. And the acolytes can hit what? Toll the Dead for what?
60 feet.
They'll be able to hit the animals and zombies.
Okay. 9 of the animals and zombies have to make DC 12 wisdom.
9 of them, you said?
I've got 9 acolytes. They're each casting that. So, and it's a DC 12 wisdom save.
That's not going to work. I'll do it the other way.
Sounds like a lot of wisdom.
Three of them passed. 6 did not.
So those 6 are going to take 1d8 necrotic damage unless they've already taken damage. Have any of them taken damage already?
Some of them have. What happens if they've already taken damage?
It's 1d12 necrotic damage if they've already taken damage, but 1d8 if they're undamaged.
I have these as swarm monsters, so let's do the 1d12 because the swarm.
Okay.
More damage.
So I'm sorry, how many was that?
6d12.
Cool. I will roll 6d12. $41 damage.
Alrighty.
And that is my turn. I think when I look left or right, do I seem to see any kind of place where the enemy lies thicker? Like to my right, are there more of them, or my left are more of them? They're just coming out of the trees, and I can't tell yet.
They're coming out of the trees, but you're on from the direction you're looking. You're on the left-hand side of the wall. There's more of them to your right. By about 80% of them are to your right, and 20% are ahead of you or to your left.
So I'm going to move. I'm going to have the whole group move to the right, towards the larger mass of them.
Okay, it'll take you a little bit to get there because it's a big long wall, but
Yeah,
you're going
I just
towards
wanna go-
Patagat, towards Sedola.
Yeah, just it's like 30 feet or something. We're moving.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, you do that, and the zombies, some of the zombies, stagger forward going up this hill. It is rough terrain, so they're only able to make it about half the distance they would. Let's see. And they go 20 feet per unit. Which is their
3
normal
more turns,
speed.
they'll get to the wall.
That's right. They are doing their version of dashing. So there you go. Next, there are give me one sec. Okay, I was marking distances. Okay. At a spot near Sedola, a set of a beast horde basically starts trampling, plowing straight forward. As they run, they're only able to cover half their distance, which is something I forgot last time. And they get very close to Sedola. They're about 15 feet from the 10-15 feet from the wall at this point. So they're just on the other side of the trench, the 6-foot trench. This is a group of about, they originally had about a dozen beasts. They're knocked down. There's about 9 or so left. Belvari, your turn.
Okay, how far away from me are the things?
About there's sort of a spread of them, but about 60 to 80 feet away.
Gotcha.
And all of them are either directly in front of you or to your south around the city. There's none to the north because you positioned yourself way up there.
Gotcha. Yes. I would Actually, I want to read this really quick.
And just to give y'all, while he's reading that, there'll be a little bit of Iron Bell stuff, and then it'll be Inkatink, then a little bit of Iron Bell stuff, and then Toll. So that's the order. Bovari, Inkatink, Toll.
I'm going to do Conjure Animals, and I can do it 60 feet away from me. So I'm
Okay.
going to conjure them as close to
Some people.
Iron Bell
Yep.
as I can. I'm specifically targeting Iron Bell.
Okay.
And then I roll initiative for them as a group.
Why don't we just keep them after you?
Okay,
Does that
that
work?
works. Yeah. And then I will. Let me.
Is that an action for you?
That is my action. I will then turn into a cave bear using my bonus action.
Okay.
And move 40 feet towards.
Where those creatures were.
Yeah.
Woo, cave bear.
All right. Good. You set?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right. Another set of beasts. They seem to be poised for this. Start charging the wall. They again make it about 10 to 20 feet, about 20-ish feet from the wall, so that near the top of the hill. This is Beast Group B. Okay. And a set of zombies plow aggressively. These are positioned. Give me 1 second. Actually, you know what? I should do this. Okay. These are positioned near Patagat, and some zombies are now. My markers are all. My pens are running out of ink. Some zombies are now closing in towards the Patagat side. Inkatink. Oh, sorry, no, wait. And another beast horde runs. This one is near Sidola. Another set of beasts come right up to the wall. Now, Inkatink, it's your turn. I'm going to grab a pencil because pens aren't working.
Inkatink, it's your turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was waiting for Sir Robert to get back. Excuse me. Inkatink casts Spiked Growth opponents, and he surveys the battlefield and selects whatever densest pocket of Iron Bell he can find, or just any mobs, anything that's huddled together, and blasts it with Fireball using his sorcerer metamagic to quicken the casting of the Fireball.
Okay, so
into
what
a
happens?
bonus action. So Spiked Growth gets cast out on the field in whatever area looks like it's most full of people, and then he looks for the next densest group of people within range and blasts them. So maybe it's just, to the left and to the right. You tell me.
Okay. There's not like a specifically more dense, but it's so basically in front of you, you have some Spiked Growth, and then Fireball. Where do you want me to roll for that too?
I can roll the damage on the Fireball.
Sure, roll it.
Okay.
There are beasts close to you. There's not like more of them necessarily than others, but there are some beasts close to you charging the wall, and there are also some zombies charging the wall somewhat, a little further away, but still within range. Those are actively trying to pierce through, so up to you.
Sure. Then, yeah, one of them can get a Spiked Growth, and the other one can get a Fireball.
Okay.
The bigger one will get the Fireball. So Spiked Growth makes all of the ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point within range for me, which the range is 150 feet, plenty of range. The area becomes difficult terrain in that 20-foot radius for 10 minutes. And when a
Okay.
creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels.
Okay, sounds good. And fireball, how much damage does it do?
8d6. So they would
Oh.
need to succeed on a DC 14 dexterity spell save. And if
Okay.
they fail, they will take several ones in there. 27. Hilarious, because that was exactly how much damage I did with fireball last time.
They rolled an 8, so they failed. So they take 27 damage.
Correct.
All right. Good. The zombies that are there, the ones that you attacked with the fireball, are just severely damaged. As a matter of fact, there's not a meaningful sense in which these are now a horde. They seem to be just scattered. Several zombies roaming around now.
Okay, awesome.
That's a feature, by the way, of these hordes. If they get below a certain point, they are no longer coherent. They're just independent that you can attack. Okay, great. Let's do this one. Nope, too high. Too high. Sorry. I have to roll within range, but I don't have the exact dice for it. So, okay. Near you guys, Diamondback, some iron, Diamondback and Inkatink, y'all are running in this direction. Some Iron Bell are there, and okay. They are going to try to acid splash the three of you, the pair of Diamondback and Inkatink. Let's see. You hurl a bubble of acid. Choose one or two creatures you can see within range. If you choose two, they must be within 5 feet of each other. A target must succeed on a Dex saving throw. 6 acid damage. Roll me, you guys, Diamondback and Inkatink. Roll me 3 Dex savings throws.
It's a lot of Dex saving throws for you to be asking me for at this point in our relationship, but okay.
We're within 5
I
feet of
don't.
each other.
Y'all are running together towards.
First is 16. Second is 16.
That's fun.
And the third is 12.
Okay. Which. And then Diamondback has a 5. 20. And a 15. All right. And Diamondback, roll me another d20 just so I can see the excellence with which you dodged. I'll say DC of 12. Okay, so it's a good dodge on that one. Diamondback, surprisingly, of that, only one. Y'all only take 1 piece of damage total. You get 1d6 acid damage, Diamondback. You get 5 damage.
Ouch.
A bubble of acid, 3 bubbles of acid, just while we're running. You both deftly dodge, but one of them one of them catches you as you run by.
I'm fairly dexterous.
Y'all are fairly dexterous. It is now, let's see, ZHA, which is going to be over here. A zombie horde runs forward far towards Belvari, not like right at him, but near him, and is now also about 40 feet from the wall. Okay, good. Toll, it's your turn.
Okay. So I think what I actually want to do is go ahead and cast my Wall of Thorns
Okay.
The concentration lasts up to 10 minutes, which is like a crazy amount of rounds, right? Like that's going to last a
Yeah.
while.
That's 60 rounds.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast this flush to the wall.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast a 60-foot long wall of thorns where one end is just covering the gate and the rest of it is stretching out towards where the fighting is, if that makes sense.
So let me think here. Just covering the gate and stretching outward. So it's on the outside of the wall, not the inside.
Correct.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So yeah, it would be starting like
Right at the wall. I mean, at the gate.
right at the gate. So like it would start on the side of the gate where Agara is. It wouldn't start at Agara, but that side of the gate to cover the opening, and then go around to Timu, Patagat, and Sidolin, whatever, however far I can get with 60 feet.
Okay. That's about 20 meters.
Yeah. And so that goes 10 feet high, 5 feet thick. So anybody that's on the wall or within 5 feet of it in that range, or I guess not necessarily
trench?
on the wall, but in the first 10 feet of the wall.
So in the first 10 feet of the wall is the 6-foot deep trench. Do you want to fill that trench and have it sticking out?
Oh, the trench is right there, isn't it?
I mean, if you fill the trench, anything that gets caught in it's going to fall and be stuck in this wall.
Yeah, I guess let's just do that because there's not really a better place to put it, I don't think.
Okay. That sounds good.
So yeah, anything that's within 5 feet of the wall or on the first 6 feet of the wall is going to get caught in this, I believe.
Okay, sounds good. I got it marked.
Great. And that is a dex saving throw for each creature within the area.
Okay.
And a failure is 78 piercing damage. Success is half that.
Oh, 7d8.
Not 78. Yeah,
Still close.
that's quite a bit. Okie dokie. Give me 1 second. You said dex savings throw?
That's correct, yeah.
All right. Sounds good. And so you're taking the damage and tell me they got a 9. So.
All right. And that saving throw, what's the DC on that? It's just probably my spell save DC, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Which is 12, so they didn't beat it.
Okay.
Okay, 78. Oh, that's hefty. 42.
All right. Good. A couple of things happen all at once. There's a beast horde, another just random set of beasts running up this tough spot. This is beasts A.
I'm sorry. Also, the spell also affects anybody. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see if it's when they start their turn or when they end their turn. The first time a creature enters the wall on a turn or ends its turn there, they have to make another dex throw, and it's the same. If they pass, they take half of 78. If they fail, they take the full 78.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay. Another beast horde tramples towards the front near. Where did I put that one? Between Zola. Belvari.
Mm-hmm.
Near you.
What do we got?
Um, you just do this just works. Okay. I don't know if you would feel this or not, but I will tell you as though you feel it. You in your bearish form feel as though you've been hexed.
Oh no! What does that mean?
That means whenever you take damage from them, you get an extra 1d6 necrotic damage,
Gotcha.
and you have disadvantage on ability checks made with some ability that I choose right now, which I'm going to call strength.
Okay.
Disability on strength checks. Sorry, not disability. Disadvantage on strength ability checks. So there you go.
Gotcha.
So that's what happens first. Second, what's the range here? A 15-foot cone. There are some iron bell right near you, and a burst of dazzling color comes out of the crowd of zombie and I don't know. Do bears see color?
I don't know.
It could be a burst of dazzling monochrome.
Light. Mm-hmm.
Given
Comes
that
out.
Given that they eat berries, I would suspect that they have at least some amount of simple color identification, but whatever.
All right.
Sorry.
I live in a cave, so
I
I don't eat berries out of solidarity to my bear brothers. Berries. Get it?
Oh, I get it now. Thank you.
Solid
How many
berry.
hit points do your creatures summoned cast? You're near them because you're in the same direction.
Yeah, they hit points. They have 11. Well, it's 2d8 plus 2.
Okay.
These d8s. That's d8 and something else. So 12. Nice. Got one more hit point than the average.
Okie dokie. And they do this color spray. Let me just read you the text of it. A dazzling array of flashing color light springs from the hand of the iron bell near you. I rolled 60-10. That's 47. The total is how many hit points of creatures a spell can affect. It goes in ascending order of their current hit points, but not creatures that are blind or anything.
Will my wolves always go into battle with their eyes closed?
Subtract each creatures before moving that creature. You said they have 11 each?
12 each.
12 each. So 4 of your 8 are blinded.
Okay.
And then finally, an ice knife shoots out towards you. So I think I just make a ranged spell attack. Okay. I probably know something about what that is. Let's see. An 11. Does an 11 hit you?
Does not hit
Okay.
me or the wolves. But I guess it's the target, yeah. So
On a hit, so no damage from piercing damage. The target within 5 feet must succeed a Dex saving throw. Do that.
okay. And I use the
DC 12.
bears
Physical stats.
Yeah, okay. 2. It's plus 0, so a 16.
Okay. So yeah, you don't take any damage. That was them. Elsewhere, far away, possibly where only Toll, are you on the wall?
I am.
Okay. Near you, Toll, where you've just cast this bit of crazy. Oh, you know what? Sorry. Oh, no, Hex had a certain specific one. Okay. Also, at you, Toll, there are some acid splash. Actually, you know what? You suddenly, Toll, hear a shattering sound coming from the forest. I mean, from the mob. Roll a con saving throw with a DC 12.
All right. It's an 11.
All right. Creature takes 3d8 thunder damage.
Oh my.
Let me see what that is. Ooh,
Like most of the damage you could take.
I rolled a 6, 7, and 8.
Jeez.
So you take 21 damage.
All right.
Beefy boy. Beefy boy.
Now I'm glad I got that those healing components.
Those healing, that's right. And then also
Beefy boy. Beefy boy.
roll a. Oh, sorry. I need to roll an attack.
On the
Does a
floor.
9 hit you?
No.
Okay. An ice knife misses you, but it explodes. Speaking of things that shatter, roll me a Dex saving throw against a 12.
And he's glancing off the blows just
Another
like a boy.
Sorry, I couldn't hear it. What'd you say, Pat?
It's another 11.
11 against a 12. Okay, well, let's see. And you take 2d6 cold damage, which is 8 total damage there.
All right.
And then this guy right here. Let's do. You feel at the edge of your consciousness, Pat, a sense of mortality. And you need to make a wisdom saving throw against a 12.
If it's another 11, I quit. Oh no, it was a 7. Okay.
So you can roll that same 12 wisdom savings throw each round, but you are currently affected by being frightened.
What does that mean?
I'm looking it up.
You have to like.
Okay.
You're frightened of something.
A frightened creature has I'll tell you a sec. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of its fear is within line of sight. The creature, you, Pat, cannot willingly move closer to the source of the fear.
Okay.
You are just afraid of one of the iron bell you see near you. There's a particular one that you're just suddenly like, that guy's scary. He must have been the one that hurt me, or whatever.
Okay.
So you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. While this guy's within line of sight of you, you can re-roll at the end of each of your turns, and if you get a 12 or better on a wisdom throw, you're no longer frightened. All right. That's it. It is now your people on the wall's turn. They were cheered by the good success they had doing what they were doing. So instead of 75 firebolts, you've had several deaths. So you're actually going to have a mere 72 firebolts.
Do they always just half miss?
It's a DC 10, AC 10 to hit.
Gotcha.
So it was just like 50-50.
Yeah.
It's actually slightly better. They should probably get a little bit more for ease of calculation. Okay. D10. Dice were big. It flew right up to the camera.
Having a hard time settling in.
Yeah. All right. They did 417 damage.
Nice. It's
Wow.
more than last time.
Did they kill the guy that frightened me?
I will roll specially for that.
Okay.
So give me a second. Wow, that's a lot of damage.
Were Thack
And
the
with
Thunderer here, he could play On a Wave of Devastation. Something like that, you know. I wish you would.
Yep.
Keep going.
I'm doing damage. Give me a second. I'm just.
Always bet black.
All right. And then almost done. There it is. Yeah. So at this point, at this moment, the hordes of various creatures that you have been fighting. Let me read to you the relevant portion of one of these. This is just from Beast Horde, as I created them. The relevant portion is. Oh, view details page. That's where it is. This is from Zombies, I guess. Undead zombies move with a jerky, uneven gait. They're clad in the moldering apparel they wore when put to rest and carry the scent of decay. This is a group of a dozen or so zombies under the control of the Iron Bell. They become a horde with special traits. They remain a horde until taking half of their damage, at which time they become a die roll of individual zombies staggering around. Same for the beasts. And then that's it. At this point, none of the hordes are coherent hordes anymore. You've knocked everything down to half its hit points or fewer. And now there's this roving
Formless blob.
That's right. That's exactly it. Which means they've lost their ability to do some of their special traits like trampling and overrunning the walls. Some of the animals had gotten really close, but hadn't yet leapt through and done their trampling maneuver, unlike last time, and I forgot about the difficult terrain. So there you go. The Iron Bell Pack A is they are
Not the one near me because they moved after me.
nope, they're just randomly in there. They cast Acid Splash again on some random of your folk. And they do. All right. Kill some of your folk. Hurt some of your folk. Diamondback, it's your turn. You're towards the edge of Patagat, closer to Sadola.
Amazing. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to look out among all the creatures that I see before me, particularly Iron Bell. Anybody who is within let's say a 120-foot range. Do I see any like that?
Iron Bell specifically?
I'm particularly looking for Iron Bell who are injured or wounded already within 120 feet of me.
You can't tell injured or wounded, but you can see some Iron Bell.
Okay.
I mean, almost everybody's injured.
The groups are certainly all severely hurt.
I want to pick a place.
I'm happy to say everybody's got damage. Spread the damage evenly among.
Okay, but what I particularly need to be calculated is I want to actually kill somebody with this attack. So I'm looking for the weakest and closest to death.
Okay, roll me an investigation check with disadvantage because of the speed, the mere seconds you have to do it.
Perfect. I love it. 8.
Okay. And
That's to
I
pick my
rolled a
target.
roll. Say it again.
That's just to pick my target.
That was and that was my DC to find out whether or not you targeted a weak one.
What was the DC? Did I make it?
8 was the DC I had to roll against.
Hey. Wait. Did I?
So do your move.
Okay, I'm going to do my move. I'm going to do a chill touch
Okay.
cantrip on the one that I think is wounded.
Mhm.
So that is going to be a 13 to hit.
It hits.
Awesome. It's going to do a nice 2d8 of damage
Okay.
for 11 points of damage.
All right. Any special effect besides being chilling and touching?
If I hit an undead target, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against me until the end of my next turn. But I was aiming for an
Okay,
iron bell,
yeah.
not an undead.
Yeah, I failed it. I rolled a 4 against your 8 DC. So you did pick a severely wounded guy. You finished a guy off.
I love it. So once per turn, when I kill one or more creatures, oh no, I did it wrong. Never mind. I don't get this. I don't get this feature for chill touch because it's only a cantrip. Okay, so I took one out. I'll try to do that same thing again with some other spell. I'll have to do it with magic missile, I guess, later on. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bonus action to move my flaming sphere. My flaming sphere is currently somewhere in the battlefield where I left it. I'm going to use my bonus action to move it up to 30 feet. I want to just ram it into the, somebody nearby.
It's not concentration.
It is concentration.
Did the spell you just cast, Chill Touch,
Nope.
use concentration? Break concentration?
Nope.
Okay.
Only concentration spells break concentration and taking damage
Sounds good.
sometimes.
Okay.
Sorry, flaming sphere. Where did it go? Here we go. So whatever that creature is gets to make a Dex 14 saving throw.
Okay. A Dex 14 savings throw. Sorry, and you're attacking with what?
Flaming sphere. Every turn while I have this sphere going for 1 minute, I get to use a bonus action to move it again. And when I move it and it hits somebody, it does damage.
It rolled an 8.
Cool. So it's going to take a tasty 2d6 of fire damage. That's 6 damage.
You finish off the last of the iron bell in this little cluster.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
They
amazing.
were severely weakened.
I can use my Grim Harvest feature. Once per turn, when I kill one or more creatures with a spell of first level or higher, which Flaming Sphere is, I regain HP equal to twice the spell's level.
Oh, there you go.
So the spells I cast, that's a second level spell, so I get 4 hit points back.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, so you can see the fireball burns him up, and the dark energy of his dead soul courses into me, making me stronger and healthier.
Intertwining with the mist, it swirls back into you.
Yes.
Down your throat. As you cackle.
I swallow the soul like a python.
That's right. Choking it down. Is that your turn?
No.
Okay.
Well, this is actually after my turn, but I've got some.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, go for it.
So skeletons are going to shoot. I got my 5 skeletons. They've got +4 to hit. I guess they're just going to fire into the densest, most crowded area.
Sure. DC 8. Sorry, AC 8. Armor class 8.
So that's a 12, a 5, a 14, a 21, and a 23. So it's one miss.
Mm-hmm. So 4 hit.
4 hits. And their arrows do 1d6 plus 2. So it'll be 4d6 plus 8.
Yep.
$28.
Alrighty.
And then my acolytes. So we're going along the top of the wall. There haven't been any like breaches of this wall. Nobody's actually come up on the wall yet, have they?
Not yet. There.
Okay, awesome.
Some of the animals are close. Like
So my acolytes are going to
10 feet
continue.
close.
They're going to continue their Toll the Dead. They're going to want to target the ones that are closest. So
Okay.
that's 9 of the closest things to us have to make a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw.
All right. That is a particular group of beasts.
If they're damaged, they're going to take a different amount of damage than if they're not damaged yet.
They are damaged, and they're doing a what savings throw?
DC 12 Wisdom saving throw.
Well, they are not wise, so. And they rolled a 1, not a natural one.
Excellent. All of them?
They like dance into the.
Yeah, I did it collectively.
So it's 9d12 of damage,
Phew.
right?
9d12
do
isn't
it.
even a number.
58.
All right. This was one of the least damaged, though they're all pretty damaged, groups of beasts that was about half strength. It was right at half strength. It is now less than a quarter of its original strength.
Cool.
Okay.
Can I? No. How do Okay, never mind. They can't do that. They just use their actions. Yeah, that's my turn. We want to continue moving in the direction. Actually, where are they? To the right, closer to the wall. Are they closer to breaching the wall? Where are they closest to breaching the wall?
The closest you have to breaching are the ones you just attacked. They're right near you and are 10 feet. They're the beasts 10 feet from the wall. They can easily jump the 6-foot bit and get on top of the wall and start trying to gore people.
The thorn wall is difficult terrain, I think.
Yes, but they're past the part that it hits.
Okay.
These are right near Sidola, kind of between Sidola and Patagat.
Gotcha.
Okay, so actually what I want to do, if it looks like they're very close to breaching the wall, we want to move our 30 feet away from that. So I realize we just moved 30 feet probably towards it, but now we want to move back. We want to do a strategic back off so that when they come up on the wall, they won't be right up on us. You know, they'll have to run a little ways to get to us.
I'll have to kill
No
a couple
problem.
of villagers first.
That's right.
The villagers can...
Those who didn't have the wisdom to be acolytes. Okay, that sounds good. One of those, like I said, one of those groups of zombies you just decimated. BD, Beast Horde D. Sorry, I gotta find it. Okay. Another one further towards Sidola. A group of beasts, still somewhat strong, a half dozen-ish, managed to leap forward onto the wall, and they attack at some of the people on the wall. Let's see what happens here. All right. Okay. There are some beasts now up on the wall, running and attacking at some people. They are basically right in front of Sedola. Belvar, your turn.
My turn. Okay, so I have 4 blind wolves.
Okay.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
There's 4 sighted wolves. Can they pair up? Sighted wolves can guide.
Like a 6-legged race.
Yeah.
Like,
Or an
like
8-legged.
Speed Racer and Racer X.
Tying 2 of their legs together, 2 pairs.
If I say this out loud, you're not going to believe me, but I swear I was thinking before the battle started, I wish that we could have some people fighting that were otherly abled. I kid you not. I was thinking how awesome that would be. This is so amazing. Thank you, Dwight. What a gift. Thank you.
I'm thinking like wolves, probably, if I were suddenly struck blind and was in the middle of a battlefield, I would probably lie down and hope that everyone thought I was dead.
So first,
But a dog, I feel like, would still be like up to fight, would just be reduced in its quality of fighting.
otherly abled implies some kind of like ability that most people don't have. So they've got like extra things.
Mm-hmm.
They've got abilities others don't have. That
Like
said,
Daredevil. Oh, maybe they're even more able.
That's great.
Strict and blind enough.
That said, I think all battles, or at least almost all battles, certainly at some point in them have disabled people fighting.
That's true.
So, at least involved. So your wish is granted, Josh.
I'm a happy boy. Thank you.
Yep.
So, like, usually wolves get.
They totally can do that kind of kumbaya thing. They just have to do it on their own time.
Oh, gotcha. What does blindness do?
They can't see,
Yeah.
and probably they can't eat. I don't know. Give me a second. I'll tell you. That's cause fear, but you need blind. No. Color spray. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Blinded. A blinded creature can't see and automatically fails any ability check that requires sight, so not scent. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Gotcha. So, would the pack tactics advantage just be? Would that cancel that?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Gotcha.
Especially since they're half and half.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send them out in pairs of sighted, the sighted guiding the unsighted.
Each one has a seeing eye dog.
Yeah, seeing eye wolf. And I will tell the 4 sighted ones to run to the nearest iron bell.
Okay, which are right there at you. They're the ones that just attacked you.
Gotcha. And give them a good
What for?
bite.
Okay, do it.
If they hit, so it's +4 to hit.
AC 12.
So do you want me to do like 4 pairs?
I mean, it's
8?
not with advantage. That's being taken care of. So just do the 8. They're all but they just don't have advantage.
Gotcha. So roll 4. I'll roll 4 and then roll 4 again.
Yeah, that's fine.
Since you only have 5, it's easier to. 14, 14, 10, 2.
Okay, so 2 of them hit.
Oh, and it's +4 to hit. So 18, 18,
3 of them
14.
The AC is 12.
Gotcha.
So 3 of those.
And then 17 doesn't hit. 10. So 2 more. So 5 hit.
It's probably the 4 blind ones and one of the other ones.
The other ones were worried,
That's right.
bite right here, and then they didn't have time to. So then it is
The blind ones are
2d4.
their emotional support dogs.
Emotional support dogs being guided by
Seeing eye
dogs. Oh, man. Okay, so 2d4 + 2. Do you want me to roll that 5 times, or
We can multiply by 5. Whatever.
how about 5 + 2 is 7, so 35.
Times 5. 35. Okay. Yeah, these are the Iron Bell who had just attacked you.
Mhm.
And
Oh, I should have gone first.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Go for it now. You hurt him badly there. I mean, they're
Yeah, let them go first, and then I'm gonna finish off with.
it's all simultaneous because you're right there together.
Gotcha. Sure. Then I'll run in and let me switch over to Cave Bear page. I get to multi attack, so
Again,
Plus-
AC 12.
+7 to hit, so 5 or greater. Yep, they both hit. 1d8 plus 5. 7 and 2d6 plus 5. My bite does 7 damage. My claws do 9 plus 5, 14.
All right. You said 7, 14. Okay. You've killed several. This was a little group, not all clustered together, but they were, close enough that you were able to reach them. That originally had, you're not exactly sure, but 10-ish Iron Bell here controlling. They're now down to only 2 of them left of those 10. All right. That was Belvari.
Let out Cave Bear roar.
Mm-hmm. A couple of the beasts get caught in your Pat, in your wall of crazy. What's the damage on that?
78. They have to make a dex save.
A dex saving throw, which they get a 3.
All right. So that's going to be 78 slashing damage.
There's a rough wall.
That's 31.
Okay. Just these random ones get entangled in this and get some damage. All right.
It's like if
next.
It's like
Go
if
ahead.
Vitamix won the contract from Trump to make the wall between the U.S. and Mexico. It'd just be a bunch of Vitamix blenders spinning,
It's pretty political there.
That'd be intense.
Sorry.
another-
I forgot. I retract all that. None of that is on the stream. I choose for that to be off the record, and you must acknowledge my wishes. Sorry. Okay.
It's canon. Inkating said it. So a beast horde jumps up onto the wall near Centerin and does some damage to some people. And then a zombie horde, where they're no longer horde, but just some straggling zombies. They, which group is that? B? Yeah. They actually shamble towards the wall, which they were intending to do, but being the fools that they are, not noticing the pit, they are now roaming around inside the 6-foot trench this side of the wall. The beasts successfully jumped over. The zombies, largely uncontrolled at this moment, and having disbanded as a group, don't have the collective foresight and control to act that way. And so they just stumble in. There are now a handful of zombies near Sedola, just in the trench. Inkatink, your turn.
Are there any more bad creatures, assailants, in my area of spiked growth that I am concentrating on?
There are not.
Okay. Then Inkatink drops the concentration on that. And at this point, how far is Diamondback away from Inkatink? Diamondback, have you run off or anything yet?
He ran 30 feet.
Ran 30
I
feet,
ran 30
right.
feet and then I ran back. So I'm probably back where you are.
Okay. So in that case, Inkatink has the ability to cast the spell. Oh, sorry. Pulling it up right here. Shoot. Haste is concentration. Okay. Yeah, he gives Diamondback a tight and lifts up his claws like snake heads and does a really realistic, large, Gabon viper. And he flies off, and he looks around for the nearest cluster of enemies to double tap with fireballs and magic missiles.
And he used his little blue pebble to fly, or the spell?
Yeah, I think he's using his artifact to fly so that he can save his spell slots. Yeah.
Okay. And then,
Hey, so Robert, sorry.
Uh-huh.
I have
No,
a
go.
question when there's a lull. The wording of this spell, I'm not sure if they take that 78 twice if they enter the thorns and end their turn in the thorns. They
Okay.
might take that 78 twice. I'm not sure.
I'll check.
Okay.
This one's good. Inkatink, you said that you flew where?
Up into the air so that he can get a good vantage point, and he is just going to survey. And he's at the end of his turn, he's looking to see what can I possibly, like, where can I be of help? Is there a cluster of bad guys? Is there a group that's making its way up the wall somewhere nearby? Can I make some sort of check to see tactically if I find a really great place to go that would signify that I found a cluster of bad guys? Or
I didn't hear what you said. It broke up really hard. Can you make?
Could I make some sort of intelligence or wisdom check to read the situation and possibly put myself in a good position to attack next turn?
Attack who?
I'm just trying to get a sense of the battlefield, like what's going on around me. Can I make a perception check?
Sure. Or investigation is the thing to do. If
Okay.
you're trying to investigate something. What are you trying to investigate?
Are there bad guys nearby that
Okay.
I can attack who are presenting the biggest threat?
So
Okay.
Robert, have those beasts that I was retreating from or backing away from, have they jumped up on the wall yet?
I believe they did not. Let me look.
But they're about to, right?
Yeah, and there's very few of them left.
I would think that Inkatink would have seen Diamondback backing in and heard Diamondback, giving orders to his acolytes to back away from the place where the beasts are about to breach the wall.
Okay, then Inkatink is tactically focusing his efforts on that point. He's going to fly over there if he can. And
Yeah,
I should
that's
have
fine.
like 60 feet of movement. Am I within 90 feet of them after I fly 60 feet?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
that's about right.
In that case, he uses his ability as a sorcerer to quicken his fireball spell into a bonus action. It took his standard action to do the fly activation. So
Okay.
he's going to cast fireball. So they need to make a DC 14 dexterity saving throw or take 26 damage.
They roll a 12.
Okay. So if they don't have bonuses, 26 damage.
All right. There is one beast left among this previous horde, and it is not doing well. Inkatink, so that you've decimated them pretty well. They're on their last legs there. Is that your turn? Do you have more?
No, that is all I can do. Thank you.
Okay. Sounds good. There's where is that? Z8. Okay. All right. Belvari.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of zombies that have been marching towards the wall. You are now close to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're in not great shape, but they're also there and are going to attack you.
Uh-oh.
Please roll. No, I rolled.
Let me get my hit points real quick.
Uh-huh.
Where are D10s? Is that these? There's 20, 25 plus 15 is
What's your AC?
40 hit points. 12.
Okay. 2 of them hit. 1 is a critical hit.
Okay.
Doing. Where's my D10s?
There's the 10s.
10 times 10. That works. Here. These guys. And I'll roll a third one. That's the double, but whatever. Doing a total of 18 damage.
Okay.
These zombies slash and clash and gnash and bash.
Gross. I have 22 hit points left.
Okay. There is also a. Oh, that's that guy. Oh, not that guy. The Iron Bell that are also right there at you.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that you and the wolves just attacked. They're in bad shape, but they are still there. They're going to do.
Roll it. Intimidate.
Do a. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, that one won't work. Okay, do a. Okay, I have to roll to see. That's what it is. Sorry, I'm looking at these spells. 12 and 10, which is. Do either a 12 or a 10 hit you?
Armor class 12.
So just the 12 hits you.
12 hits me.
And then so you take a 1d10, which is 6. And then roll me 2. Sorry, these guys are shooting, like throwing ice knives at you. There's 2 of them.
Gotcha.
And roll me a 2, I guess, actually. Dex savings throws on a 12.
Gotcha. $19 and natural 1.
Okay, roll another d20 for the natural 1.
18.
Okay, so it's a good fail, but a fail. So you're going to just take 2d6 cold damage for that, which is a 5 and a 5, 10 damage.
What was the first one in this?
One of the ice knives hits you.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
then
What was the number? I did the subtraction, then I forgot what.
12, DC 12.
No, sorry. What was the damage from it hitting me?
I think it was a 6 and then a 10. So 16
Okay.
total.
Cool. So I'm down to 4 hit points.
In bear form.
Bear hit points.
Toll, your turn. You're raging mad and you're half orc.
I'm not going to take it anymore.
Although
Sorry.
I'm also frightened.
That's right.
Wait, you were going to check and see if
You have to roll a check.
that guy died.
Also, I read your thing called Wall of Thorns, and it says, the first time a creature enters the wall on a turn or ends its turn there.
So I think that's both, right?
Yeah, if on that turn it enters the wall. If it's already in the wall, it doesn't take it.
Right. 2 the first time, but then 1.
That's right. Entering and then ending that first time.
So it could try to move through and only take
So-
it once.
I thought those beasts or whatever they were ended their turn within the thorns.
That I don't remember, but I'm willing. Yeah, that sounds highly plausible. You know what? Let's see. No, I have them marked as on the wall. They ran through it and took some damage.
Okay. I'll take that then. Oh, and it's not just difficult terrain, because I think difficult is double. This is
Is it quarter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that.
So the way the sphere works is that if I am like looking at the guy I'm scared of, it affects me, right?
If that guy is within line of sight, you're frightened.
Okay, so I am going to turn my head so he's not in my line of sight. Can I not do that? Matt is shaking his head.
No, it just means if he could be in line of sight, like if there's nothing blocking you from seeing him. That said, I actually didn't roll last time when I said I was going to roll to see if that thing had affected that one in particular. I'm going to roll that now, and it's just the. Let's see. I'm just going to do it as a flat out a 1 in 10 chance. I'm just going to roll a d10, and if it was a 1, if it's a 10, that guy died. Let me find my d10. There it is.
All right.
Let's see what we got. It's a 9.
Okay. So I'm not quite clear. If I were to turn my head so this guy was not in my eye line, could I cast Healing Word without any penalty, without disadvantage?
You don't have disadvantage anyway because a frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. Healing Word is not either of those.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to cast Healing Word.
Okay.
Which is 1d4 plus plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is that's not very much. Okay. You know what? I think instead of doing that, I will just wild shape.
Okay.
So if I wild shape into a cave bear, sorry to rip off your move, Belvari, but that the thing is the cave bear has 42 HP, and I'll get that full amount if I wild shape.
That's right.
So that seems like a good thing to do. So I'll wild shape into the cave bear.
Okay.
And I will. You said there's animals on the wall, right? I guess I'll just rush at some animals on the wall and
Do it. Yeah, they're really close to you.
Okay. And I also looked it up just in case there's any question. That does not break my concentration on my wall of thorns.
Okay, great. So rush at those animals. Now it's bear versus beast. Cave bear versus bell beast.
Oh, I can't attack because I already used my action.
Oh, okay. Well.
Okay, never. I'm actually not going to use my movement then. I'll stay where I am.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see here. That's Toll, and now we've got another set of beasts jumps up, or actually just one beast at this point. The one that Inkatink almost completely decimated jumps up on the wall, attacks a random dude.
Oh, sorry. I had to roll a dex save to see if I'm still frightened.
Oh yeah, do that. On a DC
and that's
12.
using my cave bear stats. Oh, but that's the same.
Yeah,
So it doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, Dex. Dex.
No, it's a wisdom, right?
I think you use your intellectual. You said Dex, but yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I think it's wisdom sounds more likely to be frightening base.
I can probably just look. Cause fear. Wisdom saving throw. If I said Dex, sorry. It's wisdom, your wisdom, not the bears, and on a DC 12.
Okay. And that's an 11. Ah.
It's because they heard D&D Beyond heard you say you were going to quit, so they gave you that 1-7 just to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have said it again, then you would have gotten 7.
Sorry. All right. That one beast jumps up and attacks a rando dude. Band A. There it is over there. Toll. Seeing you shift into a bear. Three ice knives straight at you. Fly at you. Roll. No, I'll roll those. Do what's your AC? I have an
My
18.
AC
a
as a
13.
bear is 12.
Okay, 2 of them hit, 1 doesn't. So you're going to take, for the ice knife bear, 2d10, 1 for each of them, 7 damage. And then roll me a dex savings throw. Actually,
Dex
2
saving.
dex savings throws against a 12.
Okay. That's an 11.
Wow, man. I think they are listening.
I think you should get a different dice.
And then I got a 17.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Take 10 more damage.
Toll, the god of mediocrity, flogs you.
This is the god of
11
like
is above
just
average.
under mediocrity, I think.
Chab's little brother.
You're on the upside of the bell curve.
For anyone keeping track, that's I think 4 11s on DC 12 rolls.
That was pretty intense.
It does, to me, it feels like D&D Beyond's random number generator gets clumps like that. I'm pretty sure it's just, a hallucination of random numbers, but
It's a
Seems like it gives
hallucinogen
a
of your
lot.
mind, Dwight.
Feeling a little clumpy there, folks. Let's check the algorithm.
2, a cloud of daggers, Belvari, appears near you. One at your wolves and one at you.
Gotcha. I might be Belvari again here in a second.
You take 4d4 damage, or when you start your turn there. So when you first enter, same as wall thorns. So you're taking 3 4s and a 3.
So I don't take damage right now, right?
You do. You take when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn.
So I haven't done that.
It just appeared on you.
But I didn't enter the spell.
Spell entered. That's fair enough. Okay. And then if you start your turn in there for you. So the wolves and you each have a blender on
As
you.
soon as
And then there is also
Unless somebody kills the guy who cast that spell before my turn. I don't think anybody can, but
another scraggly set of zombies kind of clambers into the pit, falling into the pit near center end. That's it. It is now the people on the wall's turn. I'll let you all vote or whatever y'all want to do out of, table talk wise. Do you want to sound the retreat or do you want to keep having them press? There are a couple of animals on the wall and some zombies in the trench.
as they keep shooting.
I'd say at least one more round. I mean,
Say
really.
I didn't hear you, Matt.
How many zombies would you say are still in the field as opposed to in the trench?
In the trench, you've got in the neighborhood of a dozen. In the field, you've got maybe twice that.
And of Iron Bell and beasts, what numbers?
No Iron Bell are in the trench. There is a band of in good shape near Toll of Iron Bell. A band of Iron Bell near Belvari. They're in bad shape. A couple of scattered Iron Bell near Diamondback and Inkatink. And then there's where'd my stuff go? Hold on, the screen just checked out. And then there are overall about a half dozen beasts on the wall, not very many, and about 3 times that out still in the field.
I think they should shoot again because I want them to kill the guy that casts the knives on me.
All right, you want to try it?
Anybody else have a objection?
We haven't sounded the retreat yet.
All right, we'll do one more.
How many of them have perished?
You don't. Your characters will not know this, but I'll tell you. Out of character 12
Of 150.
of 130 something that were 20 something that were here.
Yeah, I think we're doing all right so far.
So you've lost about 10% of the ones in the fight.
Some of you will die, but that is a price I am willing to pay.
What'd they do here? Not as much damage, 370.
What? Getting ripped off.
That's probably the effect
Only
of the
370.
Only.
Get it together. Okay, let's go. And they're preferring the Iron Bell now that they can see them because a lot of beasts and zombies have been killed. I'm gonna do a round first at Iron Bell specifically. So hold on, let me get my. Okay. That's okay. You should hear corduroys.
Or those like 90s wind suits.
That's right. Okay, so they did 370 total. All right, that puts us at one of the smaller packs of Iron Bell are completely decimated and destroyed. The ones near you.
There were only 2 left.
Sorry, so this is the ones. Near Toll, actually, that are in pretty good shape. Are now completely dead as well.
Dang. You're not afraid anymore, Toll.
Not after you see this wall of fire go out a third time. The ones near you deflect.
Oh, that killed the one that was causing me to be fearful?
It did.
Great.
As a matter of fact, when the fire dies down, one of the first things you notice is that there are no Iron Bell left.
Good job, team.
As for the creatures, I'm going to distribute here. Give me a second.
Inkatink tries to pull a border collie move and begin herding the stragglers back into the area where the villagers can pick them off. He's trying to prevent anything from getting away.
Mm-hmm. Zombie beast horde. The next target they would be going after is on the wall. All the beasts on the wall, they would try to get rid of those, obviously. Which they do. What's left? Zombie, beast horde. Zombie. Okay. Six. That's what I needed. All right. That wall of fire goes out, erupting with sound, flame, and fury. And when it dies down, here's what you see left. There are no more living Iron Bell. There are no more living beasts. The zombies have been largely decimated, though there are. Let me check here, see what numbers those are. B, C, A, and C. The zombies near you,
What did you
Belvari.
say about the beasts? What did you say about the beasts?
There are no more living beasts. The zombies near you. There are, I will tell you. There are a half dozen zombies still near you, a half dozen zombies in the trench near Sedola, and just a couple of straggling zombies in the trench near you, Toll. That's all that's left.
Nice.
The amount that's left you can take care of because they're just the zombies. You could take care of them without initiative. If
Okay.
you know.
At this point, so Robert, the first thing once I realized that we've basically won.
Wait, sorry. Once you realize what?
Once I realized that we've basically won, I'm going to give a command to my acolytes. They all have Spare the Dying as necromantic acolytes.
Okay.
So I want them to leave me and run along the wall looking for villagers, guys on our side who are making death saves, and cast Spare the Dying on them.
Okay. I am not up to date on everything about it. You touch a living creature that has 0 hit points. The creature becomes stable. Has no effect on undead or constructs. Here's what I'm going to do. You've got 12.
So it's only been what, 3 rounds?
Uh-huh.
So even those who were struck down on this most recent round probably have several rounds still, during which they'll be making death saves instead of being just dead. So what I want to do is have my guys go in so that they don't have to make death saves to survive. But
yeah.
Also it's
I rolled for how many rest.
Okay.
I gave you all some good. Yeah, I gave you good. You have a very good chance because of whatever, and you rescued them all.
And I also want to make sure that everybody sees the Snake Clan acolytes going around rescuing people from death.
I'm just sort of assuming that
guys
you're trying to
getting
make the zombies zombie gold.
You see the acolytes as they lean down and they help someone. They're like, they just do a little.
That's right.
I would like to gather the heads of the Iron Bell.
Okay.
Inkatink whistles to the bears before they can change out, and he shouts to them, "You gotta clean up the stragglers!" And he zooms out over the woods in the direction that the Iron Bell came from, and the bat pops out. And so Inkatink and the bat are flying around looking for any scouts that might have hung back. They're going to take back word, stragglers, anything like that.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
A 2.
Are you kidding me? I got that check with advantage because of the bat, and I rolled 2 2s.
Well, you are very confident that there are not stragglers.
Wow. Wow.
There's definitely stragglers.
That is so brutal.
Right.
Oh,
400 more Iron Bell pour out of the fort.
it wasn't a 1.
That's right. That's why it was 800.
I'm Sir Robert. I'm your DM. I'm not rerunning combat just to kill you guys. Okay, they've got a 33 for initiative. Everybody buckle up.
All right. So that was great. So it's the end of day. Diamondback, you stabilize all of them. I rolled it on, and you had a chance of missing some of them, but it was a favorable chance to do it. And you were actually, all your acolytes were able to do that. You made siren type sounds, so people would know to get out of the way. You ran, and they all shouted, "Snake Clan to the rescue!" as they did what they did. And
one of them was playing a little set of rototoms.
So everybody's super aware that the Snake Clan is really saved the ones who are dying. They spared the dying. And you know what? Take advantage on your next large group persuasion roll for that. Which you can, I don't know, it's like inspiration for that thing. Let's see. Yeah, so it's about time. Let's do experience. We'll recap or we'll close up tomorrow with what's going on. But for right now, let's get some experience for this gigantic battle against this gigantic enemy that is fierce and causes everyone terrible anxiety. And they have now witnessed you with 12 near casualties and 0 actual casualties. You all have just led them in defeating hundreds of Iron Bell forces. About maybe 20, 30, 40 actual individual Iron Bell. I can actually tell you a number. Give me a second. I'll tell you the number.
There is a
The only
pyramid
reason-
of their heads at the gate. That is
The only
Inside or
reason it
outside?
had never
outside. Oh no, inside. On the stone. I don't want it on the ground.
Okay.
Little heads coming alive.
The only
Okay.
reason it had
Zombies.
never been done before is nobody had ever organized them before.
Sounds right to me.
They had no
Okay.
general. They had no strategy, no tactics.
That's right. They were innocent as doves, but not shrewd.
Foolish as
As guileless as a lemming.
Let me look at your encounter page. I just want to see so I can give you a real number here.
Are we gonna have a bunch of villagers level up?
They're ready to fight. They're with you.
Actually, I think there is an NPC template that you can give, people who are a little bit tougher. That was with 3.5. I don't know if they've done that for 5e.
Monsters don't level up.
Not with that attitude.
Villagers aren't monsters.
There were 40 Iron Bell here. Scattered, different ranks, different whatever. None of them were really high ranked. Like you don't find anybody that has a metal
Mechanical
arm.
yeah.
Yeah, but there are. You can tell some of them are more like. So if you remember, having the iron arm, that was Spolash. Under him were the people like Griffith, and under him were people like Yat, and under him were just some random rabble. These were all people, Rabble and Yat and Griffith. You don't see anybody who looks like they were probably a Spolash here.
Who's probably at the back.
Maybe. Okay. Yep.
Can Diamondback, when we first get a report of that, can Diamondback make a strategy, like an investigation check, or insight, or something like that? Not seeing any high-level generals here, Diamondback begins to worry that there might be another group coming sooner rather than later. They might have taken a big army and split it in two, and this was maybe the first part, or perhaps one side of a pincher attack. Diamondback is wary because this battle did not have the kind of stone cold killers that he expects to see among them. And he does like not seeing Spolash among the dead or anybody of his rank. Can I
Roll me.
Yeah.
Roll me a history check with advantage.
Okay.
Oh, also, Ingatink, you should fly around and make sure that the other sides of the city are not being pinched.
22.
Okay. Yeah, Diamondback, you're confident that you've heard of this kind of thing before. It does not seem to be a pincer attack. The amount that they sent of Iron Bell was approximately double what they sent before, but instead of reinforcing them tactically with some great general or something, for some reason they didn't. They instead sent them with a whole bunch of zombies and beasts, probably figuring that they would just easily devastate anyone remaining. You're with the 22. You are not concerned about that. There are more ready to pounce.
Great.
Also, you have a strong sense that this feels like the kind of disciplinary overkill you would expect. It's a surprising number. You did not expect this many, just because of the amount of beasts and zombies. So more than likely, they were expecting. They got a report. This is with the 22. This is your guess. They got a report not just of some uppity village or set of villages, but of a walled city, and they were trying to, overrun it. They were expecting this to be a significantly overwhelming force. It means they probably did not have a sense of the number of people here. They probably think a couple of villages found a city and are trying to defend it. Fair enough?
Yeah.
All right. Experience. So I made that a deadly encounter, although I had to make up the CRs, but whatever. 4,200 experience each.
It's enough. And yeah. I never thought I would make it to level 6.
Here you are. A real
I'm
boy
guessing
out.
we can't apply those changes because are we going to get a rest between now and when we?
Oh my goodness, I did it too. I made
You
6.
did what?
I made
Ooh.
level 6.
That's great.
I did too, just barely.
Now we're all the same level.
Well, the question is if
Woohoo!
we're going to be able to actually benefit from that.
So, according to your plan, at least, you're going to guess that it's probably another week. It was about 6 days for these guys. You're going to guess it's probably another week for the next force, based on how long this one took. So, if you think that that's the case, and you want to leave here when they're part way here, so that you can route them, I'm just saying what your plan was. You would have a couple of days rest here before you enact your next part of your plan. So you'll get a long rest, another long rest, and then optionally a third one if you wanted to start when they were coming halfway.
Well, that's pretty great. So we get our level up.
Mm-hmm.
We get to have
And
our
I
cake
want
and eat it
to.
too.
I have a spell slot remaining that I can do this with today.
Okay.
So I want to send a message to Yoshka reporting our victory and asking when we can expect him.
Okay. Why don't you tell me what you say, and I will record. We'll do
Sure.
the same thing we've done.
Yeah. Victory.
Wait, hold on. I'm not quite ready. I'm getting there. All right. And make a new doc. Okay. I'm ready.
The message goes like this. Victory. When and where should we expect you and your demigod?
Anything else?
That's all I wanted to say.
How's it going?
Say hi
Okay.
to Neno for me.
Inkatank flies straight up in the air right above the middle of the city, and at full volume, maybe he even uses like a cantrip to do like prestidigitation or thaumaturgy, and he just crows like a rooster, just thunderously loud over the city.
Sounds good. That's great. Yeah, it's morning
Yeah,
here.
tack on that say hi to Neno for me.
Okay, that's 17 words.
Yeah,
That'll work.
P.S. We dropped your boxers in the mud. Rewashing them now.
Way too many words.
Soiled your clothes. Rewashing and drying.
I'm sorry, I was writing down the stuff. Okay. Anybody else have anything before we quit for the night? And we'll pick up next.
Sounds good to me. I'm good.
All right. Well, in that case, thanks. That was great. Thanks for playing, and thank you all for listening. If you'd like to find out more about this story or the Starfall Collective, you can go find out more at the starfallcollective.com.